Oh my God. It seems the world does not care what Xi Jinping says. We are living in Trump's world. Xi Jinping just finding that out. We got some crazy news that broke overnight that should have, by all rights, broken down the market structure back to local levels. But by God, Bitcoin is holding on strong. And our altcoins are absolutely sending right now. Second biggest holding in my altcoin bag. Putting up some big numbers today. We're going to get into that and so much more. I got some alpha on the Avalanche chart we have to look at. I'm going to look at Doge at a point today. The Doge thing is just like, you have to get such a high market cap.
I know.
Zach Dusty, if you're out there, ask me in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, get in there, by the way. I'm lively in there, sending feet pics. He's asking about what the level Doge would have to hit in terms of market cap to be $1.50. Kind of a crazy question. So we'll look at that today. Isaac, how the hell are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. We had a great show in the arena this morning, and also, in case you might be wondering,
yeah,
you are banned.
That was.
But other than that, I'm doing great, man. Sag Nasty, you're banned. But we're having a great day. You know, it's not really hectic, but it is hectic. I got a good trade in today.
I just punched the skin off my hand, bro.
And I just ate so much food that I'm going to shit hot fire.
What's up, Papa Guth, Mr. Mark, Nicole Minas Tater? Good to see you, Kyle Watts, Crypto Stevo, Deucey Does, my G. I went in and I almost got done giving Deucey the rights. We have to finish that today. Yes. Isaac, that's top priority.
That's great.
Doobie-doo. I saw Mike Vollmer in here. Good to see you, dude. Tom Allen, what is up, everybody? My wonderful people of the crypto realm. Thank you for joining me on this fine day. It's a beautiful day in crypto. Make sure you're following me on X. Did an emergency space. Oh, wait.
No, that's me.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
At Truth Crypto, doing emergency spaces all the time after hours. You know, something I was thinking about on the emergency spaces is we get quite a bit of breaking news coming across X, right? And you get the headline and you get, you know, just the general gist of the story. But on the spaces, it's where we are able to peel back the layers of what the news actually means with experts from across the world. It's honestly we go into data scientists with an AI advancements, Bitcoin strategic reserves, sovereign wealth fund movements, what it means for Bitcoin, and the Bit Bonds conversation literally began through conversation with massive players in the larger macroeconomic space that brought this to light to us, and we were able to peel back those layers. It's given us the ability to really front run the rest of the market in a huge way. So I highly recommend you follow me on X. Also, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I humbly ask that you may do so. We're at 77,500 subscribers as of right now. Damn, this feels good.
I know, right?
Oh my God. I saw the news about the Pokemon NFTs on Sui. We might have to investigate that as we get later into the show here. That's absolutely crazy. I'm a Pokemon maxi. My kids crushing it in their like they hold on to the cards that they collect. It is very aggravating going around town and not having any card packs available for purchase for the children. You know, 30-year-old, 40-year-old dudes are out there scooping them all up with hundreds of dollars at a time. Kind of an aggravating situation. Deucey Does throwing me back. I remember when we were at 7,000 subscribers. Jeez,
I got here at 10,000.
10,000 when you showed up?
Yeah.
But you were like straight. You were very fresh.
I was a freshie. I wasn't even on the show.
Yeah. You're upstairs like figuring out how to use a computer.
No, I'm not that much of a Riri. I've been doing ethical hacking stuff for some time. I haven't done it in quite some time.
Yeah.
But I know my way around some computers.
I had to take that, Dick.
I know. You can take all the jabs you want, but I will fight back.
I love it. We actually started on Twitch. There's like 10 people watching now.
Oh, geez.
Man, shout out to everyone that's helped us build this channel. I mean, we've made some insane calls. You know, Isaac, we really need to start streaming the trading market open streams to Discord.
Oh, we should have done that today. We have to figure that out.
I know. Well, we did Arena this morning. Arena had a launch of Boy token, which I got a bag. Isaac's got a bag.
I have a bag.
We're not dumping. It's a Billy or bust.
A Billy token or no money.
A Billy or bust. Either we get 100x or we lose it all. Thank you very much for joining us on the show, you guys. Make sure you're subscribed. Now, what's the market look like? Bitcoin looking strong, 93.5, pretty sticky here. Flatline over the last hour, flatline over the last 24 hours. But me and Isaac took a huge risk yesterday.
Yep.
Calling a scalp long entry point. Look at how this shit turned out. This is what we're doing in the mornings. And, this morning, we're still riding on this last call from yesterday. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame.
Not me. I took a trade.
Well, you took a trade. You made a good amount.
I made a good amount.
See, I'm not having that FOMO because I'm still in that other one, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm feeling the FOMO because I'm so eager to trade and keep missing these stupid levels.
Look at this. I have to zoom in on this. This is absolutely incredible. So we drew this line of a liquidity washout and general expected support from this previous price shelf right there at about $91,700. $91,709 is exactly where I drew this line yesterday on where I would get into a scalp long entry point. We literally hit it within $9 of price action.
So yay.
But it's good because people that caught that trading show
made a lot of money.
That's right. And we were getting a lot of praise from that. A lot of people dropping tips in there. The arenas where they freaking drop tips in there. What is Callie saying? He's
calling me a liar because he said, well, you're not a Pokemon master on the Pokemon TCG, the trading card game on mobile.
I
am. I will show you.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that game is so much fun.
You're not talking Pokemon Go, the Pokemon Mobile, where you take the
there's Pokemon Go and there's Pokemon TCG, which is a trading card game where you can like open packs mobile.
Yeah. Look at this scalp trade. It's still playing out. God, it's up 2% from that literal perfect spot here. We do need to dive into the Bitcoin charts in a pretty serious way here. I'm going to get into that in a moment. Also, we discovered some incredible statistics and data on Avalanche to Bitcoin pairing this morning.
Yeah, we did.
We absolutely have to go over that. So let's go into the news here. First and foremost, Coinbase has confirmed
$4,000
funds are buying massive amounts.
76,000 was maybe the.
Oh, let's play this. Let's have a listen to it. He wants to get in on the convo. Let's hear it.
We're going to talk Bitcoin. Take a look at where things stand right now. We want to talk about what's driving this because we're back up at 96, almost 90 or 93, almost $94,000. This, of course, we're down. But 76,000 was maybe the recent low. I don't know.
76.5. Yeah.
76.5. John D'Agostino is here. He's the head of strategy at Coinbase Institutional. Tell us what's going on in terms of the coupling, decoupling. I don't really know because there's periods of time where it feels very coupled, then it feels uncoupled, then it feels like it's coupled up again.
Right. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. It's great to be back on. So when we talk about decoupling, we're really talking about neutral to negative correlation. And more specifically, we're talking about negative correlation when markets panicking on the downside. Nobody minds correlation when it's upside correlation. So, first and foremost, got to be super careful, right? This is a relatively short-term data set, April. You don't want to assume it's going to persist. I could be making a fool of myself right now, and today it could jump to a 1 correlation. The other thing you want to be careful about is even if we understood exactly the reasons, and I'll get into what we think they are, just because this occurred now, it doesn't mean if that similar set of events occurred, we'd have exactly the same behavior. So just a disclaimer, be very, very careful. And that applies to gold, that applies to any asset. So the nice thing about my position is I don't have to guess as to what traders are thinking. We're kind of the center of the crypto ecosystem. So when you called me, I made a bunch of calls. And the pools of capital that have been buying during April, sovereign wealth funds, large institutional, long-term duration pools of capital, they're looking at it basically 3 ways. One is if you think about the tariff announcement April 2nd, if you believe that that's going to have a spillover effect on global trade, you believe there's going to be less global trade, then much of which is denominated in US dollars, then you think there'll be lower demand for US dollars that we refer to as de-dollarization. Well, some of the ways Bitcoin is used by these large pools of capital is they buy it in their local fiat currency, they hold it, and they sell it into dollars when they need it. Well, if you think dollar is going to weaken, then you don't do that anymore. And so you're holding more Bitcoin. And these, again, large insurance pools, sovereigns, et cetera. So that's one thing, is this de-dollarization trade. The second piece is that post-COVID, Bitcoin kind of got caught up in this levered tech trade, kind of just bundled into the QQQ, bundled into NVIDIA. It's not really a tech stock, but it kind of got associated with tech stocks.
Was it? I always thought that the issue was that there were retail investors who were taking their winnings in some cases
Yeah.
from an NVIDIA or a Apple or Meta, whatever, one of the Mag
Yeah.
7, and then moving it into Bitcoin. And therefore, then it was all tracking, because to the extent that then they owned that other stuff too.
Right.
Whenever it went down, they had to sell out of stuff. They also were selling out of Bitcoin.
During the bubbly periods in tech stocks, that's not an unfair assumption, but I'll note one thing. So for the month of April, as you would expect, gold ETF inflows were massive, like 8.5 billion roughly from the 2nd through the 21st, 22nd.
Okay.
Might surprise you to learn that Bitcoin ETF flows were net negative to the tune of about 470 million. So the opposite of that was occurring. So institutions, sovereigns, patient pools of capital were piling in during April, which resulted in about a 13% increase in Bitcoin versus 10.5 for gold. And retail via the ETF were exiting. So you got.
This is so fucking crazy. This is exactly what it's a psyop, man. And think about the headlines in the time frame that he just described. The headlines were next Great Depression, massive treasury return increase means the end of the dollar, the end of everything. Save your ass now. And meanwhile, these institutions are hammering into crypto. What the hell?
I know.
What do you got? Follow our host. Yeah, thank you for that. Shout out. And Green Day Profits, he's out there mining fiat. I do hope that he gets a video of his next tackle.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
He's tackling perps out there. You know what I mean? He's keeping the damn neighborhood safe. A thankless job being a cop is. That's why we give him thanks here on this show. Shout out to you. Yeah, the end of life 3 weeks ago. It's so crazy to think about the psyop that just occurred on the mainstream media spin on the economic situation, paired with institutions hammering in to what they previously were saying was a risky asset, Bitcoin. Absolutely incredible. So crazy. Good to see you, Veteran Crypto, DeFi, Crypto Airdrops. Now, AIXBT is getting something pretty correct here. Deep dive, Bitcoin ownership shift getting cooked. Single day inflows yesterday were $917 million, the biggest since January. The new player, this sovereign wealth fund connected next vehicle I said it yesterday, this is like strategy is to Wall Street, 21 is to the literal rest of the world for countries, nation states. Securing 42,000 Bitcoin in a single day worth $4 billion. This is backed by Tether and SoftBank. But something key about this is that essentially Tether and I think it's Bitfinex. Let's go in, and I got this tagged here in my bookmarks. They're basically the same company. So they try to sell it like Tether and SoftBank have kind of like this mutual ownership. But Tether and the overseeing a kind of conglomerate with it. Here it is. Bitfinex. Yes, Bitfinex. Bitfinex and Tether are essentially the same thing, same owning agency.
Yeah.
So a heavy concentration. And, we've talked, TJ primarily has been talking about Tether, honestly, might be a CIA asset or a,
Probably.
kind of entrenched American asset. It's one of the main holders of American debt / bonds. And seeing this is like a American dark pool that is going to kick off a nation state FOMO to Bitcoin, which is kind of crazy to think about. Then my mind goes to the 70s with the SHA-256. Did DARPA create this? Right?
Yeah.
Did DARPA create Bitcoin? Let's go back to this though.
Wrong.
Daily ETF buys. 10,000 Bitcoin versus 450 Bitcoin mined. So massive amounts of Bitcoin being bought while much less Bitcoin being mined. $280 million in shorts were liquidated in just 24 hours. And Bitcoin flipped Google, now the 5th largest asset class on the planet at $1.86 trillion. Exchange outflows hit 14-month highs. The S&P correlation dropped from a 0.88 to a 0.77. And the Bitcoin reserve bill cleared the Senate 4-1. Your fiat currency is looking real sus right now. Not going to lie. Absolutely crazy pile of clarity. It comes from an AI agent, right?
Yeah.
I love AIXBT, the AI agent in and of itself. I don't even know where the price is. The utility behind the AI agents, we haven't even seen yet. Like, we get the language models and they're spitting out information. That's great. But the real underlying use case that's going to be a big proponent for DeFi is an AI agent that's swapping in and out of pools for you at the highest rates, right? That's going to be absolutely crazy to see. Let's see here. Patton McCrotch, Isaac has, oh my. Okay. Yeah, I see this. I see where this is going, Pops.
You are banned!
Have you ever seen Ace Ventura?
No.
You uncultured swine.
Yep. There it is again, guys.
my
No,
God.
I've not watched it.
All right. Jack Mahler is the figurehead of the scheme of this 21 project. He is a great used car salesman, promises you your Bitcoin denominated in returns will only grow, never shrink, but you can't actually redeem your shares of the Bitcoin he's claiming you own. A lot of people warning against this, kind of the paper presentation of Bitcoin. Honestly, like Mr. Hodl is, I think there's something to what Mr. Hodl is saying. Mahler's and this 21 organization is going to cause more FOMO across the globe than Michael Saylor and Strategy have or can.
Yeah.
But there is something to be said about, paper representation for Bitcoin not being the king. Good morning, Brian. Come on in here. I don't understand. Just get on in here. Unbelievable. You're not going to interrupt me, Brianna. Okay. This is great. Good morning. Now we got to get into this. Panama City officially has signed a deal with local banks to process payments in municipalities with Bitcoin. Making a big deal about it. This is kind of the global undertone that's going in right now. It's being adopted. It's just a lot of people have been psyoped. And I think most of crypto Twitter just is down bad on Solana memes or AIs type projects.
Yeah.
And they're calling for this the bear market. Maybe it is their bear market, right? Maybe it is their bear market that they're experiencing right now.
And they have turned into the perma bears. Unfortunately, we were talking about it
They'll
earlier.
turn around.
Yeah, they'll turn around eventually. But I mean, come on. We talked about this earlier on in the arena of how what you were saying. Everybody in Solana meme coins that got wrecked are now the new bears, and they can't stand to see the market doing what it's doing because they've lost so much money. They'll come around
I
eventually.
appreciate Crypto Steve-O. He's not that way.
Exactly.
He didn't get that way. He's hardcore in Solana. He did not get all beat down. I think from what I saw, Steve-O was like doubling down, didn't complain. Yeah. And now he's posting his screenshots once again. He's back on his bullshit, posting them double-digit gains. Shout out to you, man. That's how you stay based. He did not. That's right. The entire RTFKT, I think it's Reflect CloneX collection, has no longer any art because it has been restricted by Cloudflare.
Yes, sir.
This is a problem to highlight when you leave crypto-based projects at the behest of, Cloudflare or AWS or something like that. You can't get rugged at a moment's notice. Maybe they didn't pay their bill. Maybe they were just, doing copyright infringement. Who knows? But this is the problem with leaving things in the hands of the existing internet system. Now, this is a great highlight from Veteran Crypto, Veteran for Crypto. Been trying to tell people DeFi and RWAs will make those who have discipline and do their research a lot of money. And this is so beautiful for me to see the RWA searches compared to meme coins being flipped, bruh. What do you think about that? And there's something to be said about the RWA narrative. I've been looking forward to Paul Atkins being put in place for quite some time. And I do want to kind of hop to that story here. Let's see where Isaac put it, because I know this matters quite a bit. It's almost like Trump is picking and choosing, along with Paul Atkins, the big winner in the RWA space. Here it is. This is from Josh. Ondo Finance expressed interest in seeking regulatory sandbox and other forms of regulatory exemptions to advance the issuance of its tokenized asset products. Massive for tokenization in America. SEC and Ondo Finance discussed these compliance parameters for tokenized securities. There is quite a bit to think about here. We just saw Mantra collapse. Mantra was a $5.5-6 billion market cap with $4 million in total value locked, which made me very sus of the project the whole way along, not to mention the market makers in the background that were just pushing the price up. This is something that I think is playing into the mind of Paul Atkins when it comes to making sure that real world assets are not vaporware, making sure that actual value is behind the asset, because there's going to be a big egg on Paul Atkins' face if it turns out that there's not, especially when you start getting into the realm of tokenized treasuries, when you're talking about tokenizing the debt of the United States. We already are at $36 trillion in debt. Say
That's true.
someone's able to just freely mint new tokenized securities at a point, or act like Mantra Ohm did, which we've heard all the explanations from Mantra Ohm and JP. I don't believe them. I don't believe. If you're sitting there with a $6 billion market cap and you have $4 million in total value locked, there is a massive, massive problem, a hole in your books that you're refusing to highlight. So with that situation unfolding, and now Paul Atkins in place as the SEC chair, I think we're going to see essentially Trump and Paul Atkins picking and choosing the winners within the RWA space, which is something very, very important to focus on. What do you got, Isaac?
Oh, nothing. I was soundboarding.
You were soundboarding.
Yep, like I usually do.
Oh, that's true, huh?
Oh, fuck.
Also, Isaac, I'm going to look you up here.
Oh, God.
You're exposing us
How?
with our battle station.
Oh, yeah, I had to.
Look at this. So let's go here. This is our battle station. And here's freaking Isaac. This is my view. You guys are looking through the eyes of Drew. And this is where we work.
Chaos happens.
Honestly, I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation.
Exactly.
That's what is going on right now in my
Hey.
mind. Now, yes, we have TikTok. Absolutely. Chill out, bro. I'm here. I'm chilling for you.
If you go on
GB.
our TikTok, you can get some Yes energy drink, you know.
Oh yeah, dude. Isaac, he did a commercial for Yes yesterday. He's like, I've never felt so good.
Losing so much money because I just got liquidated.
Drink Yes energy and positive mindset drink, and you'll feel great no matter how much money you lose. It's so good.
Exactly. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, we do have a TikTok. Brianna is in charge of the TikTok. I was forced, and you're in it.
No,
you have a TikTok
I was
too.
pointing to her. I have
Well,
a
they can't
TikTok
see your
too.
hand.
I know, but I can know.
Brianna, please never make me go into the TikTok algorithm ever again. Like, it's completely in your hands. For everyone that likes TikTok, that's great. I got on there.
Drew saw some things.
I saw some things. Okay. Now apparently there's a big election going on in Canada, which I knew. I'm just kind of being a jerk about it. And I do want Deucey's opinion on this. This Carney guy kind of seems like a prick to me. And they had the option of Poilievre. The polls are showing that Carney is absolutely crushing Poilievre. I wonder, I feel like it's a scam. I feel like it's a scam. Like, isn't there a group of people, a contingent of the population that understands all of their rights are being taken away? Please, for the love of God.
There should be.
You would imagine so. So I need Deucey's opinion on that. And anyone else that's up there in Canada. Carney, see, there it is. Carney will absolutely destroy us. I thought that's the sentiment out there.
This guy gets it.
This guy gets it. Absolutely. The polls are like Trump and Kamala, I hope, at least. Maybe. People trolling Isaac. I don't even think.
Speaking of that,
the trolling has not even begun.
Because flatulence is gatekeeping something very special.
Nah, I mean, should we?
Why not? Flatulence. Shout out to you. If I ever seen you in the chat, you're banned just for the fun of it.
Okay. Hold on. I'm pulling it up. We need more likes for this one. This one is.
See how many likes we're at right now. We have 330 people watching right now, but only 65 likes.
Bro, all right. 100 likes.
100 likes, and we'll show the video.
100 likes, because this is it's crazy. All right. So this is nuts. We got to watch this. You know what? People are getting scammed out of their fiat a bunch of different ways. Let's watch what's going on the average person that doesn't know how to fix their own shit.
If there's any plumbers on this app, can you tell me if I just got ripped off or not? I just had this replaced. This faucet here. This wasn't replaced. This wasn't replaced. None of that was replaced. Just this was replaced. Okay. And this is the invoice that says like what they did, if that helps at all. And it was $1,266. And I just looked on Amazon, and that faucet, the same brand and everything, is $47.
Oh my.
And so I'm just trying to figure out, is it normal? Like, am I missing something with labor? Like, is $1,200 for labor normal? Or like, I'm just trying to figure that out. Let me know.
Damn.
So this is something important because a lot of people kind of shame you if you know how to do, like if you're a hillbilly and you're covered in dirt and you come home, they're like, oh, that's not a job I want. This is how they're trying to make sense of this. That's a good deal, actually. Scope and bid the job $100 just to look at it and write down how much it's going to be. Mobilization, $100.
Scam.
What's that? Like all the energy drinks they need and the chips at racetrack before they make it to the
Possible gas money.
Potentially gas money if it's way far out there. The faucet, $47. Teflon tape, $300.
Holy God.
This is actually like $3, maybe $2. Knowledge, $200. So that looks like a deal, right?
That's a deal.
Get all their knowledge for
deal.
$200.
All right.
Labor to implement the knowledge is $300. Demobilization, $100. HR, back office support, staff, equipment, $100. Profit, $50. Right? Or you can spend a total of $50 at Home Depot. Get a wrench out of your
Garage.
tool bug. Yeah, you should have a wrench, right?
Everybody should have
please
equipment to do this stuff.
and go take it off. This almost happened to, you know, when I was so busy getting moved into my house that we're in now. I was very busy. I was having to do quite a bit of the renovations myself. We gutted half the house, was brought down to studs. And the contractor said, you know what? I'm not doing this for you when we were down to studs.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, I got to do it. So we did it. And one of the things that we had to do was the hot water heater. We had to take it in and out because I was redoing the floors.
Yeah.
And they said, I asked the plumber because he was already there installing a natural gas line, because I'm not going to fucking install a natural gas line. It's not something I'm going to do. But he was already there. I was like, how much would it be to just hook this damn water heater up for me? $1,500.
Damn.
Or, and this is what the plumber said, or I can hand you this goop that I have in my hand and you go do it yourself. Psh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This is the scam of not knowing how to do things yourself. You can lose quite a bit of money. So, you know, just protect yourself. Now, here's the news that should have brought the markets to its knees. But it seems that we are, and Xi Jinping are living in Trump's world. China said that it had not had any trade negotiations with the United States. Let's have a watch at this. This is one of the
近
spokesmen
来
from the
美
Chinese
方不断
Communist
是有
Party.
消息称中美之间正在谈判，甚至将会达成协议。请问您能否证实双方有没有开始谈判？
这些都是假消息。据我了解，中美双方并没有就关税。
This guy just straight-faced, we are not having any consultation or negotiations on tariffs. And nobody cared.
No, the market's doing great.
I thought that was absolutely crazy because this broke like late last night, right before the Asian markets opened. Didn't care. No pullback. Honestly, Bitcoin only seems to care about what Trump says. So, you know, it is what it is. We're holding this shelf on the trade side.
Ooh, it wiped liquidity.
You know, yeah, let's look at the liquidity map. I am still being selfish and I want an entry point on this shelf. Let's go look at the liquidity map.
Because last time we were looking at it, liquidity was at 93,625.
Yeah, and it snapped to it,
and
didn't
it did snap to it right now, actually. So.
All right, let's go. Let's go. 12-hour Binance murder
Oh,
map.
did I miss it? Oh, it popped up. 645.
Oh.
Oh, we're real close.
A little bit there. That's a pretty good chunk too. Scalper's dream right there. So yeah, I mean, I'm liking that we're trapped in a range personally. Breaking out of this, gonna be a battle. And honestly, the real roof on this place is about 96.6. This is a larger time frame, visible volume profile range. So I'm watching this. Honestly, I'm being careful right now. Yes, the market's good, but to get another long entry point, I'm really looking for this shelf. That's just me. But Isaac went in there and grabbed 10% on a trade this morning.
Yeah, I did. Got it in like what? It was just under 93. It was like 92.9 or something.
And you went in with a plan.
I went in with a plan. I didn't. You cannot go in to a trade without a plan.
100%.
Because like I did the other day, aka yesterday, I got wiped.
Yeah. Now, I mean, here's Trump. You're talking about we're going to substantially lower taxes on Americans because of tariffs. Would be very nice to see that. Drew, CCC for me, please. Oh, coins check coin.
Yeah.
We'll look at that for her.
Sure, why
Absolutely.
not?
Coin's been holding pretty steady, honestly, pretty steady. So let's see here. I like this. Jack of all trades, master of none. You know, would you rather be a jack of all trades where you can be roughly good at pretty much everything, or a master of one specific craft? What say you, Isaac?
I personally am a jack of all trades. I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of how I like to roll too. The more you know, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Knowledge
Apparently,
is power.
Chuck Norris, master of roundhouse kicks,
Oh Lord.
talking about Democrats. Let's have a listen.
Why are you a conservative, sir?
Well, I used to be a Democrat, but unfortunately, the Democrats went too far to the left, and the Republicans moved into their position that the Democrats were 40 years ago. See? And so, what the Democrats believed 40 years ago, the Republicans believe today. And so I realized that I had to go to a Republican because the Democrats just got too far off the trail. It just got completely off the trail and lost all reality of what America stood for. And so I realized that Republicans at this point in time are more focused on what is best for America.
This is something I don't think Democrats, like far left, hardcore, never going to leave Democrats, realize right now. I can't remember who it was. I put a reply on him. I do want to find this because there is a larger concept of talking about Republicans losing in 2026 as far as like the Senate and kind of the midterm elections. I really think that they're missing the plot here on how much of their base has left.
Yeah.
You know, that is something that they're trying to bank on the fact that like Elon Musk has gotten everyone so mad from shutting down their deep state money laundering operation that they're going to rally the troops. This is something where I really think they're kind of missing the plot here. Here it is. Adam Cochran. This guy is just, he drives me absolutely crazy. Pete Booty Juice and AOC ticket would heal the ever-loving fuck out of this country. Two wings of the Democrat Party, both with their own unique ability to connect with non-Dem voters on issues that we all agree on. Just highlighting Booty Juice talking here. This is my response. Dems are cooked, man. Who is a reasonable Democratic option that you can put on the ticket for presidency in 2028? Name them. Literally name them. I'm sitting here waiting for someone to come out with a Democratic presidential nomination. Like no one's going to vote. No one cares or knows who Booty Juice is.
RFK Jr.
He left.
I know he did left, but if he was still on the ticket,
that would
be the choice.
Well, you know what? I think one sneaky pick is Bernie Sanders. He's having a town hall right now. Let's have a look.
Special CNN town hall from Secot Prison in El Salvador. I'm Jake Tapper, and tonight Bernie Sanders and AOC discuss a bold voting initiative aimed at giving inmates a voice in our elections. Let's take a listen to the highlights from the town hall.
Listen up, folks. It's a disgrace. You're locked up, but the billionaire class can't lock up your vote. We're smashing voter suppression with ballots without borders, mail-in ballots, Wi-Fi ballots, ballots carved on soap bars, whatever it takes. Everyone votes. We're taxing Elon Musk to fund your free healthcare and Obama phones. No more handcuffs and shackles. Everyone will get unlimited shanks that are razor sharp. Revolution starts here.
Y'all, the vibes are you unstoppable. Voting is a human right no matter what borders or bars they throw at you. We're announcing prison to polls. No ID, no problem. Your teardrop tattoo or gangbanger tat is your voter ID. Let's flip this prison blue and make every vote count.
Oh my God, they got We the People tattooed on their forehead. Oh my God.
We the illegal. I should change that.
Oh, wow. Also, Isaac, again, you're uncultured. I mean, you need to see this. The 28 years ago, this was the graphics that came out on Starship Troopers. Have you still not seen this show? God,
no.
You're a disappointment to this country.
Am I a disappointment to this country?
Unbelievable. Anyone who hasn't seen Starship Troopers, deported. Out.
Okay, you're just saying that because I'm Hispanic.
Hey, I'm Spanish. I'm close enough.
Yeah, I know.
They'll deport me to Luxembourg, right?
Yeah, they'll put me back in Puerto Rico.
Now, this is why we need less government. This is a man who mowed an 80-year-old's lawn. She's a widow. She doesn't have a husband. He mowed her lawn because it was completely overgrown
for free,
and she was getting fined by the city. He is literally detained by police officers at the behest of city government requests because he wasn't allowed to do so. This is why we need less government. Okay, less government. Let cops just actually go stop crime instead of calling them to go stop a guy from mowing and cleaning up an old lady's yard. For the love of God. Speaking of cleaning up yards, if anyone's out there that doesn't have a ride-on lawnmower and you have close to an acre or more, stop what you're doing.
Go get you one.
Because you're completely ruining the opportunity that you have to have the greatest moments of serenity in life. I really, mowing is way up there in terms of, all right, we did it.
Oh God.
We did it.
Let me double check here.
Oh my God.
109 likes. Let's do it.
My side, baby. You don't know how it is. It's a few years. You can know. You about everything. Baby, you're first. It's a big road. I pay my bills. I'm gonna go f your mom.
God damn, dude. Oh, we need more of this in life. Where is Flatulence?
You are banned!
He's not here, but when he does show up, your head is mine.
But back to lawnmowers. Shout out to Six-Figure Crypto picking up this beautiful Cub Cadet 0 turn radius. Oh my God, that is.
Did he buy it with H bar?
Huh?
Did he buy it with H bar?
Maybe, I don't know.
I saw a little comment underneath it saying that something about H bar. So.
This is a great pickup. I mean, I have the one that's kind of like it's not this exact. It's not a 0 turn, but I use mine as a pseudo tractor pulling trees and crazy shit too. So, but this, if you don't have a ride-on lawnmower, I'm telling you guys, like this, a beer or some whiskey, a little headset, you can absorb macroeconomic information when someone's screaming at you and get in there, man. I'm just telling you, it's very recentering. It's very nice. And this is further stuff about how to save fiat. I see if anyone's out there moving companies are a scam, a complete scam.
Oh, do it yourself, please. It's more fun.
What? It is.
Moving?
Yes.
Yeah, moving is way more fun when you do it on your own. Just rent a U-Haul. Do it yourself. It's way more fun.
You're being serious.
I'm being so serious.
Because you're 18.
Yeah.
And you have a good back.
Well, that too. But I mean, I've done it 3 different times this year.
Now, I don't think they're fun, but they are necessary to save $30,000. That's what they quoted me $35,000 to move my stuff.
Oh, fun.
This guy got a quote to move $28,000. Guy just came to me with the final bill because he went forward with it. Final bill comes out 63. Ooh, wait a minute. And guess what happens? If you don't pay their 63 new number, they keep all your shit. How insane is that? Nothing changed. We did a walkthrough beforehand. What are my options here? He has everything I own. If you are moving cross state, for the love of God, be careful out there because they will take you for a ride. What is this? Old inventions? Is this?
I pulled that up because I was just intrigued. I watched it. The first thing that popped up on X was that.
Well, let's look at. I mean, what do we got here? What the fuck are you looking at?
It was old inventions.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The fireman helicopter water, a walking centipede. What is this? This is such chaos. Doobie Doo is flatulence. Exposed. Mike Ballmer had, I almost used Pod. I did. Pod was a cheaper option than I think it was Mayflower I got a quote from Mayflower and the other big one. Pod was a decent deal. But I just ended up getting the U-Haul myself. Somehow
Exactly.
I got a U-Haul that with a trailer to use for a week and a half for $1,500.
Exactly.
So instead of the $30,000-$40,000, whatever it might have been, it's ended up being $1,500, about $2,000 with other fees. So that's just save money if you can, where you can. And this is what health is so important. Yes, we're going to talk crypto now. Yes, absolutely. Now we already talked about the Ondo stuff, kind of the picking and choosing winners in the Paul Atkins SEC move. Also, the SEC's acknowledged Van Eck filing for a AVAX spot ETF. And there is another lumped in one with the Hashdex ETF that includes Avalanche, Link, and Litecoin.
Litecoin, yeah.
There's over 72. Vet tagged me in it. And I don't have it up here, but there's 72 altcoin ETFs out there right now waiting for approval. 72 of them. Oh my God. If you think about it, really the institutional interest, there's even an ETF for Melania token. These things are going to fly all over the place. I don't think ETFs are here to save our bags or anything like that, but seeing the institutional interest, definitely setting the pace, picking the right projects right now, absolutely crazy upside. Because some of these projects will live into the next cycle and the cycle after that. Most of them will die, but if you're picking the right ones right now, absolutely crazy. What are you talking? What is
Coors Lightyear says burn all your stuff and make insurance pay for it. Be a man.
Hey, I like it.
It's pretty based.
I like it. Pretty based. You know what? I saw a hailstorm coming.
Yeah.
In Colorado. There was nothing I could do. I didn't have any cover for the FJ. I was like 3 months into payments. Hail hit it. Couple dents.
Lord.
Got a check. Completely paid off the car. Never had to pay a bill again on it. So is what it is. Coors Light is a man's drink. Coors, I used to actually hire for Coors. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that actually. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I used to hire for Coors. Oh my God. Yeah, Mr. Mark talking Aerodrome has 2x. Is Aerodrome pumping too? Let's go to the charts. Let's go to the charts. Ondo is so delicious though. Look at this. $1 on Ondo. That's great. Very, very up on the Ondo position. It's huge. Let's go to the portfolio. Let's see what's moving the most. All right. Aerodrome. Ooh, almost 60 cents.
Bullish. My bags are looking juicy. Aerodrome's actually my biggest bag. I looked at all my bags, and Aerodrome's my biggest bag.
It's not your biggest bag?
Yeah, it's my
I think
biggest
you're going to
bag,
be all
though.
right then.
I'm doing great.
Yep. I was a recruiter. I was a headhunter, turned headhunter, then HR. When you're in that job, it is interesting learning how many different walks of life there are.
Mm-hmm.
And also realizing that most people that are desperate for a job are retards. So they don't show up for their interview. They don't do their shit they're supposed to do. It is what it is. And there's a reason why there is a need for that person to have a job. Drew does look like he may have recruited. Absolutely. I had the pointy suit.
Oh, Lord.
In the business meetings. Just, looking at people like that. It was what's up. Now, Aerodrome, absolutely crazy. Morpho, delicious. The hammer point, I layered in massively to Morpho at 87 cents. I think my average buy is at like 95 cents right now. We're at $1.14, so even up on that. Yellow Cat has been absolutely sending on me. I'm going to hold Yellow Cat until $1 billion market cap.
It's going to happen.
You think so?
Yeah. It's Avalanche. Avalanche meme
doesn't-
coins are ripping.
If it doesn't, I'm going to lose. You probably hired a lot of DEI. DEI wasn't even a thing back then, bro. That wasn't even a thing. And the people with blue hair, they didn't show up for the interview.
Why would
never
they?
showed up for the interview. God, I remember one interview. Can I get into this for legal reasons? I don't think I can.
I haven't heard it, so I can't tell you whether it's legal for you to say this or not.
Yeah. I don't think I can get in. Honestly, no. DEI people, they didn't show up for interviews. Like there was no worry there because they just didn't go. Yellow Cat, AVAX meme. We did have the other meme launched today, Boy
token.
Let's see.
So what, $2 million market cap?
Yeah, this is, I mean, you had the original arbitrage, then the deep ends got out. This thing's like a few hours old. Got in a little bit on this. A billy or bust on these memes, though. It is what it is. Either I lose money or I make tons of money on them. Yellow Cat's already at a $250 million market cap, though. So it doesn't really have that far to go. I think we could actually get there. Now let's keep moving through the rest of this stuff here. Just witnessed Stan Kulachov drop the most underrated fintech play. MetaMask card now lets you earn yield on AUSDC till the second you swipe. Literally free money glitch. Aave sitting at a $28 billion TVL across 8 networks. DeFi lending share went from 20% to 60% in 4 years. The yields are inevitable. This is banks. This is going to force banks to compete with DeFi. People are going to see these options. They're going to realize, wait a minute, I get a card with it too. I can spend crypto. No way. That's like I was talking to my buddy on the phone, and God damn it, Brian, if you are listening to this show, you are an idiot. I told him, I just dropped. I don't do this often, Brian, but what I did, I told him exactly what I did. I've just dropped a shitload of money, a shitload of capital, dry powder into XXX and projects. He's like, oh, okay, that sounds good. This thing literally doubled from that literal moment of the phone call. It is so aggravating. And I've been talking to him about crypto literally since 2020. Fuck. I get aggravated sometimes. All right. Cardano founder thinks Ethereum is going to die in 10 years. Let's have a listen to these hyperbolic words from a past Ethereum
if you were
founder.
running the Ethereum Foundation, what would you do differently in a broad sense? Well, the number one problem Ethereum has is that they took an easy road out where they did 3 things wrong. So first off, wrong protocols. They have the wrong accounting model, they have the wrong virtual machine, and they have the wrong consensus model. All of these were self-inflicted wounds. People told them not to do it. They did it, and they got where they needed to go. Second, what they chose to do to solve these problems is put in all these weird slashing economics and layer 2s and other things, and now they're living with all of the consequences of these types of things. And third, they really don't have a good on-chain governance system. So really what needs to happen is you need a parallel track with solving all those 3 things. First off, you have to solve your technological problems. So the current protocol they have for proof of stake is wrong, and they need to wean themselves off of that protocol gradually. And I think Ouroboros Laos, this whole telescoping protocol design is the way to go. And there are certainly other ways you can go, but I think the object model of SWI would be probably the best model for them. SWI solved a lot of things. Narwhal and Tusk is good. The dev model is not so bad. I think it is good to go to risk 5. That's a really good decision for Vitalik to make. It makes a lot of sense. But the accounting model also has to be kind of revised a little bit. And that's why the SWI style approach is better. You want to.
He's giving SWI a nod there too. I mean, what do you think in the chat? Is Hoskinson right? Is ETH cooked and going to die in 10 years? Or is it going to make these changes, improve with risk 5, and make higher highs? That's the big question here.
Yeah.
Interesting to see Hoskinson giving SWI a nod too. SWI works fast, dude. I was on the test net. It works very, very good. And you know what, SWI, I'm just going to keep talking about it and following its advancements. I don't own any SWI, but I like cool technology. Yeah. And SWI works good. It is what it is. I do want to know, what the chat, its sentiment is right now, because honestly, we covered it yesterday. I think it was Kevin Svensson calling that SWI or Ethereum versus Bitcoin's bottom was in, and we were going to start seeing Ethereum rallying against Bitcoin. But the things that I see that are set to actually rally against Bitcoin come within the total 3. Check out the total 3 on the weekly, mirroring 1 week after Bitcoin put in that green weekly dot. the total 3 putting in that same green weekly dot, looking absolutely delicious. And we've had this just a few times in the past. Let's measure the last few times. So this green dot on the weekly for the total 3 ended up with a 141% increase in the total 3 versus Bitcoin, or this is the total 3 excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then the secondary green dot that we've experienced in the last few years ended up with a 100% increase just about. This honestly is setting us up for, I'm not going to put expectations too high, but let's say 50 or 60%, breaking out above and beyond that previous high. Or it could rather just tap that previous high and then come back down. But really, the juice that I was seeing, it's kind of pretty important. Look at this Ondo graph. Look at this. Ondo did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Printed the momentum wave to the downside, the green dot. You got the trigger there. And Ondo has never been this oversold before in its entire history.
Yeah.
And it's at $1. That is absolutely crazy.
Right.
Beautiful. Now, what I see also on Avalanche, we need to take a look at. Let's go to AVAX. You know what? First, let's go to AVAX to Bitcoin. Because are we winning against Bitcoin or not? That's the real question here. And currently, we are losing against Bitcoin in Avalanche terms. Why? Is because in September of 2023, Avalanche was $10, Bitcoin was $30. Now, Avalanche is, say, $22, and Bitcoin is $93,000. So you're losing value if you had just left it into Bitcoin, right? Very important to note. But what I see here is, again, that momentum wave moved to the downside, but a much clearer representation of what we're about to see is in this massive, massive curved pattern that the money flow is showing. And this downturn in the money flow began April 22, kind of the beginning of the bear markets coming into play, right? And it's been a heavy, heavy ride downhill. But what I see is this is starting to curve to the upside in a very, very clear manner. The money flow is starting to curve to the upside, and we have the oversold very deep into the oversold territory and the green dot on the weekly. And now we got to take a look at what happened the last time we had situations like this. The last time that we had an oversold territory of Avalanche beyond the 59 realm was right here in October of 2023. Okay. So remember that October of 2023 was the last time that we saw the oversold level for Avalanche at these levels. Now we head on over to this graph. We are going to look at Avalanche price. In October 2023, that oversold level came in right there. Right there. And this is a massive, massive trade that I took that absolutely crushed. We have the same structure coming in once again, and we are indeed still in the trough of oversold territory, even if the price is higher. Look at what the price did. So from this green dot print to the red dot print where it tells you be careful, take some profits, it rose by 417%.
Jesus.
Now, if you're a psychopath like Drew, you didn't take profits until you hit the secondary wave, which was in the $55 range. But the overall increase on this was 690% from the same market structure of money flow and oversold territory for Avalanche. Y'all going to be crying May 5th. I wonder what May 5th is. Yeah, I'm going to be crying May 4th because DZ's getting married.
He is getting married.
Did you know that, Bree? DZ's getting married.
Yeah, DZ's getting married.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's happening. Arrow's the biggest bag, 72 average, though. It's not bad. Psychedelic astronaut. I think we're going to be just fine here. It's really the max fear levels, while we are in a statistical and provable bull market we experienced over the last 3 weeks, was a psyop. Anyone that stacked more into that time frame, absolute savage. Going to be remembered as legends. Now, the whole game here is knowing when to take profits, knowing when to hold them, and knowing when to fold them. If you are 5xing your bag or outpacing Bitcoin's growth by 3x, 4x,
Take your profits.
take the profits. Okay, no one goes broke taking profits.
Don't do screenshots. Please don't do screenshots.
Yeah, and honestly, the screenshot thing, that's a good note. When you feel like taking the screenshot, if it's on a trade, if it's on a spot bag that's now worth a new vehicle or a home, Bitcoin or real estate or vehicles or guns or gold, right? There's all kinds of other options. You can lock that value into a bunch of different avenues. Just be base. I mean, there's a good lesson in this, isn't there, Isaac?
Indeed.
This lesson is drift.
Indeed.
So Isaac did an incredible job isolating and focusing on this project at low levels here in this channel of accumulation. Isaac convinced me, maybe I need some at about 50 cents, right?
There's two reasons for that. Two main reasons.
What were the reasons?
The reasons was CBBTC, the
Mhm.
Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin.
Mhm.
They had just integrated that in their protocol.
Yep.
And Ondo was also partnering up with Drift.
Yep.
Those
Two
are the
big
main two
points.
reasons.
So with those points and the general pattern of it, I was like, fine, I'm going to get in on this because Isaac got in at like 25 cents.
5 cents. Feels great.
So you're still 2x on your original bag.
Indeed, I am.
Drew got it at 50 cents, twice as expensive as Isaac did. But in literally one night, we went from 43 cents to
6x overnight. Actually, in 30 minutes, not even.
Yeah, with the Discord was on fire. People were freaking out. The super cycle conversation came up. I was laying on my couch drunk, and I sold the entire bag at $2.60.
Beautiful move.
And this is because it was a 4 or 5x in a very short amount of time, and I knew there'd be a pullback. I like Drift.
Mhm.
It's not that I don't like Drift and what they're doing. I think they're going to succeed.
Don't marry your bags.
Not married to the altcoin bag.
Exactly.
Right? Took the profits. Now, honestly, I could get back in at literally the exact same level. Before all the signals that I just showed you that are happening on Bitcoin and the larger total 3 market cap really start to kick into play. Not to mention the global money supply front running. Now, let's take a look at Doge. Let's take a look at Doge. We're going in. Sack Nasty. Anisha airdrop today, much better than Zora. Got 650 init tokens. Check out DeFi and crypto and airdrops to find out how to earn that free crypto. Good shout out. Jeff, Blockchain Report. If you don't follow Jeff, the Blockchain Report on X, you're messing up. Him and Vet work hard to bring you some very technical alpha. And I am very, very proud to have them as part of the channel Overscope, man. And they're hardworking dudes. Let's go to Doge. Let's go to Doge. All right. So Doge is currently at 18 cents.
Like to pull it up, sir?
Fine. All right. So 18 cents.
Market cap.
It just immediately,
Mhm.
I think I know what to expect on this. The market cap is creeping up, trying to creep up, but it's still not breaking all-time highs. The market cap hit that all-time high of $76 billion the night of SNL, Elon Musk's kind of announcement. Elon Musk came on SNL and Doge went ballistic last cycle. Wu Chain, I am absolutely taking profits on Chainlink. Probably not all of them, but a good amount at $100. You're damn right. My average buy on Chainlink's like $4.90.
Exactly.
Fuck that. Now, here we go. Let's take a look at this. We're on the daily. We're going to change it to the weekly to get the larger scope of thing, because we have to keep in mind there is a massive, massive inflation issue with Doge. I think it's going to be around to stay. It's a pretty big proof of work project, and it's the OG meme. From a chart standpoint, just flat out looking at this thing from the get-go, I see something here. Let's go trend line. So a peak of that down to here. Now, what I'm looking for is the juice at the end of the year and potentially into the front end of next year. I really feel like 45 cents is going to be where people YOLO out and find new projects. Let's go to Coin Perspective to see what that 45 cent mark would look like. Coin Perspective. Sack Nasty was asking what it would take to get to $1.50. So we got to show that too.
Oh God.
Unhinged. We were talking about a $20+ billion market cap currently at an 18-cent mark at an 18-cent price. All right, so let's go
I'm
here.
gonna ask the chat too. What market cap do you think is going to take for Doge to hit $1.50?
Let's go in here. Let's figure it out. So, all right, let's go down $1.50, and this isn't including like any new inflation, which is not true. There's tons of inflation. You would have to hit $220 billion market cap. Sack Nasty hit it on the nail, hit the nail on the head there. $220 billion market cap. Doge would have to be like number 3 or 4 in terms of size of market cap. Where it's at right now, it's actually pretty high up there. Let's see. Where is it at? Share this tab. Market cap. I'm just going to go to the main page here. It doesn't show me when I'm squished in like this. So it's number 8. So it'd have to flip maybe like 3 or 4 spots and end up in this 3 or 4. So it'd have to flip XRP and BNB.
Lord have mercy.
Sack Nasty's betting on it. So you're saying there's a chance? God damn it.
I'm gonna hold that over your head for the rest of your life.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, it's around to stay, but like,
is it around for $1.50? Probably not.
Yeah, I doubt that it's gonna hit $1.50. More so, like I could see like at number 8. Do some quick back of the napkin math here. If it holds number 8. With the market pullback and the dominance of Bitcoin, my adjusted Bitcoin targets not being 225, 250, it's now 150 to 170. That brings the top 10 instead of 200 billion up to about $110 billion market cap on up to be considered within the top 10 at the pico top of the bull market. If historical norms complete, then we go here. So then you'd be looking at 69 cents. Ooh, maybe that's the move. So if we can hold this position, we have a statistical average rise for the top 10 projects, and Bitcoin hits about $170,000, $150,000. You could actually be looking at near 70%. And wouldn't that be amazing?
Oh, it's gonna be
2
nice.
all-time highs for Dogecoin exactly at 69 cents.
That would be that's more possible than $1.50 in my opinion.
That's interesting. I just realized I own 37 different coins. I may have a problem here. The other TJ, that was my problem before the market pullback, and I consolidated heavily, and holy shit, glad I did. It's fine if you have like random small plays, but don't get too spread thin because then the wins really don't hit the same. Let's go to Coins Chick Coin. Coins Chick Coin. What's Coconut Chicken trying to take her spot? 230. Dang, look at this. Look at that pump.
The only meme coin that consolidates and goes up.
Incredible. I mean, it's trying to make its way back. I think its all-time high was like 400K. It's up 13% for a few days here. That's not a bad look. Lock liquidity still sitting at 73,000 out of a $236,000 market cap. That's it's kind of a good ratio. Plus the people that are locking it up for quite some time. I think a year or more.
Yep.
And this is when some crazy whale came in. Look at this.
That whale screwed that.
Jeez, 143%. I don't think it screwed it, but the CC coin, it was resilient to a lot of the Sol downfall. Even through this time, it still moved on up and to the right. But the latest pullback in going to 15 on the fear zone, I think it played into it. What up, Turtle Ranch? Saying hello to the basement friends. Oh, snap. Nicole Minnis also apparently has staked it for a year.
Yes.
A lot of that community is psycho hand in this project. So, you know what? It's under $1 million. God, should I get some?
Have at it.
Do I finally buy this token?
After like over a year of like talking about it here and there.
Now, I bought some arena tickets of BCB on the arena.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be worth a lot. Points check.
Jesus
Christ. Doxed. No, Drew, don't do it. I mean, they're locking up their tokens. It's under $1 million market
They're
cap.
earning yield on a meme coin.
I don't care about the yield. I care about the fact that the tokens are locked and they can't dump them. You know
Well,
what I
that
mean?
too.
That's what that. I mean, sure, the yield's great. Maybe. Now with this, we all get the CCC before BCB launches.
They're launching a blockchain beauties coin.
What?
They're launching a blockchain beauties coin.
Okay.
They are launching another token.
I
know.
get it.
I just want to say it a third time.
She's hinting at an airdrop, maybe.
Possibly.
Huh. Free money. This is a blockchain report. You better get on this, bro. You better get on this. Drew, do you listen to Kublai Khan? No, I don't.
I do. I love them. They're
Are they
great.
good?
It's a heavy metal band.
Do you mess with Hex? Isaac, you know what to do. Do I mess with Hex?
Do you mess with Hex?
Hold on.
Definitely not.
Let me think about this for a minute. I did meet Richard Hart one time.
Yeah, how'd that go?
He gave me pedo vibes.
Oh yeah? What else
Yeah,
did he give
sure
you?
did. So
Did he give you band vibes?
You are banned!
You listen to Island Boys? Absolutely. No, I'm just kidding. That song gets stuck in my head. I've heard the song like Island Boy. And there I go. I sang it once again. So if you're out there playing these games in crypto, Bitcoin, all roads lead to Bitcoin. And if we are speculating on these altcoins, which I absolutely do, I try to do them in a very heavily researched manner and know to take those profits and roll them back into Bitcoin and or real estate, vehicles, and weaponry, things of intrinsic ongoing value. So this game is to stack more Bitcoin. Do not get that messed up. And really, if you're out here in the altcoin sector, no ego tokens, I think that's a good call from my wife. That's a good call. If you're in the altcoin sector, it is like a knife fight behind a strip mall bar. There will be blood, and you have to take the profits when they're there and move aggressively. There is a massive nation state FOMO going on for Bitcoin, and we have to realize that Bitcoin is here to stay, and the whole game is getting as much of it as you can before literal nation states make moves with amounts of money we can't even fathom to get it for themselves and keep it on a cold storage device. We have these. Krav guy got his
good
Arculus card, and you know what? We got to remind people to go retweet the latest 5 p.m. or no, it wasn't the latest. It was the pinned 5 p.m.
Yes.
Right. And I believe it has the Bitcoin bottomed. Am I right?
That is true.
Okay.
If that's the pin one, then that's it.
So go retweet this on my X account at Druth Crypto. Here, I'll go show you here at Druth Crypto on X. Go retweet this, give it a like. And then on Friday at the end of the show, we're going to choose one person out of the total amount of people that have retweeted the video. And we will send you directly at no cost to you. All you got to do is give me your address. I'm going to send you an unopened Arculus cold storage device. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. And there might be something else in there. This Krav guy got he got a couple extra things.
He did get a couple extra things.
And it wasn't anthrax either. Hit me up. Very pleased. So Island Boy commercial with Arculus.
That's what they sing when we play the Arculus app that we got.
Okay.
Because you're in the Bahamas, you're chilling, man.
Yeah. I like it. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to appreciate every single one of you out there, even the Hexicans that are still finding out Richard Hart is nowhere to be found, and he will rug you eventually.
Yeah. We're here for you, but we might ban you.
I'm here for you, and I love and appreciate you guys. Oh my God, Kristen, good to see you. We're going to get back to it, and send out T-shirts. Nicole wants a T-shirt. I think she's a large.
Okay.
There's a lot to do today. Ducey for Discover or
Yep.
for the Discord. We got T-shirts for Nicole. You guys got to go reshare the video. Has Bitcoin bottomed on my X account to qualify for the drawing tomorrow to win free Arculus cards. Now, there's a lot to get after. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.